Welcome to the final part. Hi, this is Adam, and welcome back to the final part of it. 15. Ski Mask Slum God. Beware the Book of Eli. Ski Mask Slum God. Beware the Book of Eli. This, I give it about a 6.6 out of 10. I reviewed it a couple of weeks ago. It's actually a pretty great album. Better than You Will Regret. It was much more consistent. You Will Regret had many songs, but they didn't even pass like 2 minutes. And they weren't too memorable. This had a lot of memorable tracks because there's only like 10 tracks. I think that I haven't listened to the leaked version, but from what I hear, it's way better. But he's got some amazing flows. He's got some incredible flows. Flows is Ski Mask, some amazing. He's got so much potential, and he uses that potential, which I really like about Ski Mask. And he's really got some great vibes, and though he might not be the best lyricist, he's got some great deliveries, flows as his attributes. He's got pretty good production, but one of my only problems is the ad-libs, like, yeah, yeah. Number 14, Tech 9 Planet, 6.8 out of 10. I'm so sad, next list it won't even be on the top 15. And maybe by the end of the year it won't even be in my top 20, which is very, very sad. I really loved this album so much. 6.8 out of 10. That's in the good range, or pretty good range. I really love this album. One of Tech 9's best albums in a while now. Right now, I could have put it in as an 8 out of 10. His best album since Especially Effect, in my opinion. I really love this. 13, Logic, Bobby Tarantino 2, 6.8. I'm so sad it's going off my top 15. By the end of the year, it might not even be in my top 20. Main problem here is he copies many people's flows and everything, like Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, so many things. He's got so much talent, and he uses mixtapes as an excuse to not have great lyrics and just turn up tracks. And he has a lot of pop on here, and I felt like it is a bit underwhelming and just got old very fast for me. And that's my main problem here. And if everything else is up to par, the production, the beats are amazing. 12, Rich Brian Armin, 7 out of 10. His first album under his new name, Rich Brian, 7 out of 10. It's just pretty good. I love his deep, husky, commanding voice. And he's got some pretty good vibes. Lyrics may not be the best. It's got good delivery, some good flow, amazing production and beats, and it's just a great album. Number 11, Ray Shrimmer, Shroom Life 3, 7 out of 10. Shroom Life album, 8 out of 10. Sway Lee, 1 out of 10. Slim Jimmy, 4 out of 10. I really love this album, but Sway Lee's was trash and that brought it down. Had some amazing songs like Silhouette, Power Glide, Bedtime Stories featuring The Weeknd. So many great tracks, and Bronx Truck, so many good things, but I feel like it wasn't as good as Shroom Life 1 or Shroom Life 2 in my opinion. But this is the album for me. And this probably won't even be in my top 20 by the end of the year, which is also quite sad. Number 10, Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy, 7.3 out of 10. I remember it when it was like a 5 out of 10. No, 5. First place here. I really loved this album, and I feel like Cardi B, she really surprised me with it. She just came out of the blue with just a surprise album. I thought it was just going to be a generic album. I love her commanding voice, and she's just like, you do what I want. But it's got some really, really great songs and very ambitious tracks, and she's reaching, and you feel like she is the queen, and you feel like she is a new Nicki Minaj, and this album is incredible, filled with great tracks and some bad tracks too. Some tracks just got old. My favorite song is 3 Phone Ring, and there are a couple of great tracks, and also Best Life featuring Chance the Rapper, which is amazing. 9, Kyle Light of Mine, 7.4 out of 10. This came out on the 18th of May 2018, almost 10 days ago now, and I really feel like I'm still listening to this album now. A lot of happy, jumpy, vibey tracks that you could just have for the summer, and he's just like very welcoming voice and happy. What are the better freshman out of 2017? And I feel like he really came with this album, and I feel like he's got some amazing flows like super duper, and he's got some great deliveries, and intriguing voice, and he really wants to do this. He wants to be out there. Number 8, Prime 2, 7.5, which is Royce da 5'9" and DJ Premier. Legendary producer featuring legendary rapper, one of the best rappers of all time, one of the best lyricists of all time. Royce da 5'9", is basically him and Eminem are the dream team, and they like the best lyricists on the planet, other than people like Nas and them. But this album was very good. I don't feel like it's as good as Prime 1, but it's very good. It's got some really good tracks and cuts, and Royce brings out the best in DJ Premier, and DJ brings the best out of Royce. That makes sense. So, and number 7, J. Cole KOD, 8 out of 10. I remember when this was 4th, it's going down so fast. Who knows, maybe by the end of the year it won't even be in my top 15. I am so sad. Already 7th place. Kids on Drugs, King Overdose, and what's it called? Killing Our Demons, which is a very good lesson. You can either kill our demons, be a kid on drug, and then you turn to King Overdose, and it's got some really different styled songs from what he usually does with his delivery and flow, most of the songs here are great. I've loved all of them, but my least favorite song, I think, is one of them, The Cuddle featuring Kill Edward. Didn't really like that, and he introduces Kill Edward, which is his alter ego, which isn't really too great of an alter ego, if I'm gonna be honest. But I really like this album. One of J. Cole's better albums, probably his 3rd best album. Number 6, Kendrick Lamar, The Black Panther, 8.7 out of 10. Black Panther soundtrack really got me. A lot of South African artists, which is amazing, and this had a lot of African-styled beats, and definitely fit the soundtrack, and got some great songs like Paramedic, King is Dead, Pray For Me, All the Stars, Ops X Seasons. All of those are amazing tracks. I loved all of those tracks. So many great songs, and I feel like this is one of the better albums. And just about yesterday, it was 3rd place as my 3rd best. I'm scared this will go off my top 10 by the end of the year. I'm so sad. Number 5, A$AP Rocky, Testing, 8.8. This came out 2 days ago, and this is probably A$AP Rocky's best album. He's really taking huge risks here. He's going for a very experimental vibe, and very different to what he usually does. And he took a very different approach here, and he succeeded. For the first 2 singles he released, I was like, he's gonna fail. Then A$AP Forever came out, and it was pretty great. And then I was having second thoughts now. I was thinking, what will this album really be like? So I was expecting 6 out of 10, and he blew me away. He really blew me away with this project, and I feel like he did really well on here. He had some great guest verses too, and he had some great lyrics, amazing production, like Guy, they talk it down. Amazing album overall. Really loved it. Number 4, Pusha T, Daytona 9.1. I really thought this wasn't gonna go over Testing. It did. It came out 2 days ago. Amazing album, 7 tracks with amazing, creamy, dreamy production, with amazing and emotional and weird beats, and he tries very different style, has a lot of talking about street life and things, and great delivery, great lyricism, great voice, great everything. Produced by the man Kanye West himself, with his album is coming out on June the 1st, and I cannot wait. Pusha T, Daytona, amazing project. I keep listening to it. Amazing, quite soothing, and got very great lyrics, and I feel like it is a modern classic. Number 3, Scarface, MF Doom. Scarface meets Metalface, 9.2 out of 10. Amazing album. All 4 MCs just battle it out, and they do so great, and they complement each other so great, with great chemistry, with Inspector Deck and MF Doom doing the best here. All the underground MCs are obviously not Inspector Deck because he is Wu-Tang, but all of them do so well, and they just battle it out lyrically, and they just destroy everything. And it's such a great album, great lyrics, great flows, great delivery. To this day I'm still listening to Captain Brunch and Captain Crunch. 2, Royce da 5'9", The Book of Ryan 9.5. His son wants to make an album about his dad. So Royce is telling his son all about his dad, and which is Royce. And lyrically, he's amazing. Some of the best songs are Caterpillar, both of the Caterpillars, featuring Eminem and Logic and King Green. I don't think there were any bad tracks, and I think this by far Royce's best and most ambitious, and had a lot of weird styled old beats, and obviously that's how the son's perceiving it all. And I'm still listening to this album to this day. Such a great album. Came out on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, and this is a really, really great album, and I feel like this is definitely going to be in my top 5 by the end of the year, for sure. If it's not, the rap game is literally destroying now. Number 1, Bishop Nehru, Elevators Act 1 and 2. Amazing album. With this dreamy, creamy, dreamlike Elevators production. Very underrated new artist. Take another MF Doom's wing. And he's amazing. Underground, underrated. Like, he's the vibe, and he's got amazing lyrics like Game of Life. Listen here. On Game of Life, there was once a man, he was often alone, lost in his own thoughts, caught in a frivolous zone, feeling there's no home to go where your foot he'll glow, so he stayed himself as he said it in his stone. That is very deep, and he's got some very deep meanings, and both pretty much sides are amazing here, and it's got some great flows, great deliveries, amazing production and beats. Very great album. I really loved this album, and I feel like it's very underrated. 9.7 out of 10. I feel like this is going to be the best album of this year. Definitely. Still going to stay at number 1. I feel like nothing can overtake it. And this is by far one of my favorite albums ever. And it's so sad that nobody even knows about it. Oh, and I also forgot to add Jean Grey, Quill, Chris, Everything Is Fine, and Wiley, Godfather 2. Jean Grey and Quill Chris would have been at 29, and Wiley would have been at 33. But I already made it, and I didn't feel like just going all the way back. So those are just mentions that I forgot to add. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank